Hey, Chad Tomaszewski here with Tridon Communications. Thanks for joining us. We are on the PGA Tour for Canada. Currently standing here with Scott Pritchard and Ryan Wells. Ryan, tell us a little bit about the course we're on right now.
Well, yeah, at the resort village here at Elk Ridge Resort, which is just located, 10 minutes outside of Prince Edward National Park, just up the road. We have 27 holes here. Third year, well, kind of second year of hosting the PGA Tour of Canada. So, yeah,
it's in great shape. It looks super good. We had a chance to golf it here this morning. Pretty fantastic. Scott, tell us a little bit about your role. I think there's a lot of us who are a little bit jealous about your role. You get to go all over Canada to these beautiful courses and really involve great communities like Waskesiu here and Saskatchewan in a great game of golf. So tell us a little bit about what you get to do.
Yeah, so Scott Pritchard, I'm the Executive Director of PGA Tour Canada, so I essentially oversee the tour. We have 10 events all across Canada. This is our second event of the year here in Saskatchewan. We started last week in Victoria, which was a great place to start, and then obviously coming here for the second week is a wonderful property, great golf course. The conditions, like you said, are fantastic. Our tour is really about providing an opportunity for the next generation of professional golfers to get to the next level. So these players that we can see behind us are some of the top up and coming players in the world of professional golf, and they're all trying to get to the PGA Tour. And what they're playing for this year is the Fortinet Cup, which we're in our second year with our partnership with Fortinet, which I know is a partner of Tridon's as well. And that comes with not only the Fortinet Cup, but exempt status on the Corn Ferry Tour, which is the next step in their progression to get to the PGA Tour. And then players 2 through 5 also earn status on the Corn Ferry Tour. And there's a number of other player performance benefits for players that finish 6 to 25 on the Fortinet Cup point standing. In addition to that, there's a $100,000 USD prize pool for the top 10 players. So the winner of the Fortinet Cup and the PGA Tour Canada Player of the Year will earn $25,000 as a bonus. And we'll be announcing later in the summer some other enhancements and bonuses that they'll get. And then to your point, the communities that we visit, we're really trying to make an impact. And that comes from the economic impact, heads and beds, out in town at restaurants, but also the cost that it takes to run an event like this. And it's, I would probably say, and Ryan put him to test here, but 90%, maybe even for this event, 100% of their expenses are spent right in Saskatchewan. And that's something that, in this event in particular, people that live here are very proud of being from Saskatchewan and proud of this resort and what Ryan Wells and Ryan Danberg and what the ownership group has done here. It's a tremendous place to be. And then also the charitable impact. Our events since 2013 have raised well over $6 million for local charities, and we'll continue to do that this year. So really looking forward to a great year and seeing some fantastic golf.
That's great. Tridon Communications is proud to be a telecommunications systems integrator partner for PGA Canada this year. With our partners Motorola, we're providing some wonderful TLK radios for you guys to utilize right through the tour here in Canada. When we talk about technology, Ryan, maybe step on a little bit of the technology that you really see as up and coming or stuff that's evolved over the last few years in golf.
Yeah, technology in the game has, it's always changing constantly, year by year. Equipment is one thing, but just on the golf operations side, for instance, a new cart fleet will be here next year with GPS. We can track where the carts are going, geo fences, push notifications, comes into advertising, marketing. Everything is more of a at your fingertips. When it comes to the food and beverage side of things on course, it's like I said, ever changing. It's nonstop. Every year is going to be different, and the game is just going to keep growing.
That's awesome, Scott. You talk about data driven. We're actually seeing, and this is really interesting to us as an organization that strives to be at the top of our game in terms of technology. And golf is becoming very data driven. Can you step on that a little bit for me?
Well, definitely. I mean, your fans, if they're golfers, they'll be familiar with ShotLink, which is the system, the scoring system that we employ at the PGA Tour. But it's far more than just a scoring system. It tracks everything that you would need to understand how a player's doing. Shots gained, shots lost, driving distance. There's so much data. and that's really being driven by the consumer, the fan. In particular, when you're talking about fantasy leagues, you're talking about betting, which is ubiquitous across sport now. So people really want data to be able to make decisions based, especially fans. But coaches call us from time to time, and they're like, "Hey, can you send us the stats on my player for this week and last week?" And they'll analyze the data to be able to tell the player, here's how you're doing versus the field, right, and certain things. And then you're also seeing things like Arcos Golf, which are tracking devices that fit in your golf clubs and essentially track your movements around the golf course. It gives you, your yardage, your average distance of your drive, average distance of your 9-iron, whatever club. And so it's just more information that can at the fingertips of players that allow them to make better decisions on the golf course. So you're seeing technology, like Ryan said, is changing every day, and even the radios that we're using with you, courtesy of Motorola and Tridon, versus the radios that we've been using for the last 10 years. Like you pick them up and you can see the difference in the technology. So we're thankful to have that on tour, and this is the first week we'll be using them, and we're really looking forward to it.
We're really, really excited to be a part of it, us and Motorola. And thank you again for having us here. Where can people follow the Fortinet Cup? Where can they?
Yeah, so there's a number of channels, specifically PGAtour.com/Fortinet Cup. Also on our social channels at PGA Tour Canada, so that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a number of features that we put out on the players, but you can also follow live. We have our whole media team out here tracking the latest developments on the golf course, and in some cases off the golf course. This week we took a number of players fishing in the national park. We took some players into Waskesiu and had a mini putt tournament yesterday. So we're doing a lot of cool things, and again, you can follow on our social platforms and PGAtour.com/Fortinet Cup.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having
Thanks,
us.
Chad.
Great meeting you guys again.
Thank you.
Take care.
Welcome.
Tridon Communications, your TSI for the Fortinet Cup.